Why Ferrari will win the F1 2022 championship. Ferrari had a difficult weekend in Imola. They thought the circuit would suit the F1-75 better than Australia, where Charles Leclerc won his second race in a row, but rivals Red Bull were the greater force. In the F1 2021 season, Ferrari finished third in the constructors' title. Given the team's performance during the 2020 Formula One season, placing third in the championship was a huge accomplishment. However, for a team with Ferrari's heritage and a dearth of championship victories in recent years, it's difficult to be satisfied with simply third place in the standings. Hello Formula One lover, welcome again! In this video, we are going to reveal why Ferrari will win the F1 2022 championship. So tune in to find out more. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video and hit the notification bell icon to get access to the newest F1 news. With that being said, let's begin. Carlos Sainz crashed out of qualifying on Friday, causing the Scuderia's misery to begin. He finished fourth in the F1 sprint, but both he and teammate Leclerc lost positions off the line in Sunday's main race because they began on the more slippery side of the grid. Sainz's race was over in under a minute when he was punted into the gravel by Daniel Ricciardo, his second early race withdrawal in a row. Leclerc finished third behind the two Red Bulls but threw away a podium by spinning into the wall at Variante Alta after taking too much curb. He could only make it to sixth place. So, while Ferrari walked away from Imola with the Constructors' Championship lead still intact, Red Bull is now only 11 points behind. This was the first time Ferrari revealed a major flaw in its 2022 armor. Is it, however, the start of a Ferrari challenge that flashes at first before quickly fizzling out, or is it just an anomaly? Since the point system was modified in 2010, Ferrari has only led after 4 races once, in 2018, when they lead Mercedes by 4 points before losing by 84. It's only the 4th time in 13 years that they've scored over 100 points in the first 4 races, and it's also their second highest total. They scored 136 after 4 in 2017. During that time, though, they have never won the constructors' title. Ferrari grabbed their opportunity and responded by investing considerable money in the 2022 car early last year and made the most of the extra wind tunnel budget due to their bad season in 2020. Their current aggregate of 124 points is only 7 points short of their ultimate end-of-year 2020 tally. And it's only 38% of the points they earned last year, with 19 races remaining for a total of 416 points. Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto has expressed surprise that the Scuderia is leading both championships after Charles Leclerc's 2 victories in the first 3 races, but has stated that the F1-75 would not receive any significant modifications for the sprint weekend at Imola on April 22 to 24. Carlos Sainz spun out early in the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park, putting Ferrari's weekend is on hold. Red Bull's Max Verstappen, meanwhile, retired late due to a reliability issue, and Leclerc's subsequent Australian Grand Prix victory puts the Scuderia in ahead of both titles, with Red Bull third in the Constructors and Sergio Perez their highest-placed driver after 3 races in P4. Yes, I'm astonished, Binotto admitted. I believe we worked hard and gave 2022 a high priority. I knew the team was good, and we had developed from previous seasons, so I expected to have a competitive car for the start of the season. Ferrari will not be resting on their laurels while leading the championships at this early point, as their competitors plan to engage in a tough development war to enhance their vehicles and close the gap to the Italian team. Binotto, on the other hand, dismissed rumors that the F1-75 would be modified for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola, which will be the first of 3 weekends in 2022 with the F1 sprint format. It'll be a difficult weekend in terms of bringing upgrades and running them in Friday practice, he reasoned, since you need to focus your setup on the quali in the afternoon. They have a car in the F1-75 that is speedy right out of the box. They are familiar with the package and know how to get the most out of it. Although they haven't updated it since the car first hit the track in Barcelona, they are still competing for victories. Red Bull, on the other hand, took a highly upgraded car to preseason testing in Bahrain and has taken parts to every race, even small parts to the last event in Imola. Ferrari, on the other hand, has been working behind the scenes and plans to provide a slew of improvements as the season progresses. They're also starting to see the results of a new cutting-edge simulator that they've had up and running since the beginning of the year. This season hasn't been without its share of annoyances. Steering troubles on both Saturday and Sunday in Australia, for example, contributed to Sainz's tough weekend, but they've been few and far between. That's why we keep thinking Mercedes and Red Bull are favorites since we haven't had a title fight in a long time, Sainz told reporters in Australia. That's why we're so wary, we might be lacking that little bit of experience. However, the more Ferrari battles at the front, the more they'll become accustomed to making judgments under duress. Even though Ferrari was in the midst of a difficult race at Imola, they were aggressive in pitting Leclerc for soft tires later in the race, successfully compelling Red Bull to take the bait and bring Sergio Perez in. As a result, Leclerc closed to within a second of the Mexican, resuming the battle for a second. Although the following spin wasn't planned, Ferrari did at least put themselves in a position to attack. It'll be fascinating to see how Ferrari reacts to their defeat in Imola. Such a setback would have put them into an uncontrollable downward spiral in previous years. However, under the leadership of boss Mattia Binotto, the environment has changed dramatically. When we spoke at Imola, Ferrari chairman John Elkann said, "We altered our culture from one of guilt to one of accountability, from one of the individuals to one of a team, establishing a cohesive environment but, more significantly, high ambition with high humility." In a recent interview, team principal Mattia Binotto alluded to the same, admitting that it hurts to see other teams win races. In 2022, the Italian constructor will be seeking to get back on track, and will examine why the squad might win the championship this season in this article. Ferrari switched resources to 2022 much earlier than Mercedes and Red Bull. Ferrari has a specific goal in mind for 2021. They sought to give their season some sort of respectability after a disastrous year the year before. At the same time, the team was laser-focused on not compromising in any way on the new set of laws slated to take effect in 2022. The prancing horse was able to jump into the changeover early since it was one of the most resource-rich teams in F1, with Mercedes and Red Bull. While the other two teams battled for the title, the Italian team's decision to shift resources to 2022 could prove to be a crucial factor. A competitive driver lineup in Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz was one of the season's biggest surprises. When the squad signed the Spaniard, he was expected to serve as a supporting cast for Charles Leclerc's extraordinary talent. Sainz, on the other hand, had proven capable of matching Leclerc by the end of their first season together. The Scuderia has a combination in Leclerc and Sainz that is quick, dependable, and hungry for victory. In a set of rules where cars may be in close proximity in terms of speed, the impact of the two drivers will be critical to Ferrari's challenge. Ferrari sounds confident for the first time in 3 years. The boost in Ferrari's power unit for the 2021 season attracted everyone's attention. At the start, their overhauled engine unit was slower than the rest of the pack. However, as the squad moved closer to the performance outputs of some of the best on the grid, it improved during the season. In the off-season, the team has also provided positive updates. According to Binotto, the new automobile and power unit will not be short on innovation. Following the 2022 restrictions, it should not be surprising to expect the team to come together after being on the sidelines for the past 2 years. It's also good to hear the squad seem upbeat about its chances, as opposed to the previous 3 seasons when the club openly downplayed its chances of winning a championship. So what do you think of this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Having said that, as we have come to the end of this video, let us thank you all for staying with us until the end. If you found the video interesting, go ahead and hit the like button, and most importantly, if you want to stay updated on every single topic related to F1, you should consider subscribing to the channel and pressing the bell icon. See you in the next one. Until then, peace. and have a wonderful day.